Hello everyone, welcome back to another video and I hope you all are good. So in today's video I'm going to share some best CSS libraries which actually useful for like the modern web developers. So before jump into it, so we need to know actually what is CSS. It's very basic question. So you can think of building a website like building a house, and actually the structure of the house is HTML, like walls, rooms, and doors. And the CSS actually the design. I mean, paint, furniture, and style. And the JavaScript actually the actions like lights, doors, and opening. So CSS makes websites actually look pretty, but writing it from scratch, I think it's really hard and time consuming. So the problem is like writing CSS from scratch actually not too hard. It also takes too much time. And I think back in 2018, 2017, 16, or 2010, I'm like I also used to write CSS from scratch, and during that moment it was really time consuming. And here is an example you can see, like just to design a button, you need to write lots of code. Instead of this, like if you're using a CSS library, then it's pretty fast and it's absolutely 10 times faster than previous. And in this way, like by using a CSS library, you can just define a button like this. You can define button and just use that library provided class names, and the magic will happen. Well, now a quick quiz for you. Like, which would you prefer? Like, write 500 lines of CSS and takes 3 hours, or use ready-made styles like it can take just only 20 minutes. And I think everyone would like to prefer to use ready-made styles. So that's one of the reason like why the CSS libraries exist. Now, I am going to share the most important thing, like to share five best CSS libraries, like and like after end of this video, you can like decide which combinations you can use. So let's look at each one and from easiest to most powerful. So the Daisy UI is the easiest one, and the Tailwind on second, which is most popular, and then shadcn UI, which is beautiful, and UnoCSS, which is fastest, and the Panda CSS, which is TypeScript. Well, so let's start from the easiest one, the Daisy UI. So what is it actually? It's like Lego blocks for websites, and it's pre-made pieces you just put together. So who should actually use it? Like the beginner or quick projects and people who hate writing CSS. And you can just think of it like just buying a furniture versus like building it by yourself. And here is a simple example of it. Like here you can say define a beautiful button, just provide a class button and button primary, and also a nice card example like card and shadow excel or card body card title, and it actually eventually like rendered the card or button in a beautiful way. So there is no complicated CSS needed at all, and this is the very easiest CSS library I have seen. And then the Tailwind CSS, I think you can say the king, and many of the web development project actually using Tailwind CSS. And so what is it? It actually a small building blocks you can combine to create any design. And who should use it? I think everyone. I mean, the most popular choice, as I earlier mentioned, and the professional developers actually currently using Tailwind CSS, and people who want actually full control. And you can think of it like having all colors of paint and mix it to create everything. And here is an example of create a button, and you can see um, like background blue 500. It's a blue background, text white. It's actually white text, and py to px4, which is actually the padding on left and right, and like left, right, and top, bottom. And also there is another tailwind class rounded lg, which is actually rounded corners and the hover. So it's kind of mixed of uh, color paint or mixed of classes, utility classes that you can, and it actually ready-made utility classes that you can use easily in your HTML, instead of writing CSS from scratch. It already built in and provided by Tailwind CSS. So in each class actually does one thing. So combine them, it actually turns to a beautiful button. Well, the third one is shadcn UI, which is actually the beautiful one. And what is it? It actually, the difference with Tailwind, actually, the Tailwind, you need to create a button by yourself using Tailwind classes. But on shadcn UI, it actually, you don't need to create from by yourself at all. Like it's, I think it's also one step ahead. Like, you have the ready-made components and you can just use it, like you can copy paste that beautiful components and you own the code, like I mean you not the package. And who should use it? Actually, like the React and Next.js developers can use it, and the people who want actually professional looking UIs, and they also can use it, and those who want customization. And you can just think of it like a recipe book. I mean, copy recipes, then just adjust to your taste. Well, and how to use it? You need to add a button. You need to just uh, like run this command, npx shadcn latest add button. Or if you would like to add a dialog pop-up, then you can also just run this command, npx shadcn latest add dialog, and eventually you can just use it. So you see here, like there is no css class name at all because it already provided by the shadcn component. Well, the speed daemon is the UnoCSS, which is actually the same idea as Tailwind, but it's 5 times faster to build. And who should use it? It actually performance focused developers, and for large projects they can use UnoCSS. And I have seen many large projects already start using UnoCSS in their project, and Tailwind users wanting more speed, so they can try UnoCSS. And you can just think of it like a sports car versus a regular car, and same destination, but you can say the sports car can like is faster than the regular car. And regular Tailwind definitely works, so as it's Tailwind compatible, but it actually faster. I mean, you can use shortcuts and anything. Well, the last one is Panda CSS, which is actually the type siphon. So CSS that checks your mistakes before you run the code. Then you can try this one. So who should use it? And I must say, this is not that much currently using by the professionals, but there are many professionals who are actually fond of TypeScript, and I can say them TypeScript lovers. Then they can actually prefer Panda CSS, as here you can see like the CSS that checks your mistakes before you run the code. And teams who want fewer bugs and large complex project, they can try it. And you can think of it like a spell checker, like for your styles catches errors early. And let's say here is an example, like if you write like this, blue dot 500, you, like no one can complain. And when it has been caught, it will be caught on production or during runtime. So if you would like to catch this before run the code, then you should go for Panda CSS. I mean, Panda CSS is for you. So which one should you choose? You might got confused now. So don't be confused. Like if you are a beginner, then please start with DaisyUI so that you can as it is easiest to learn, and you can adapt to it. You can start adapt to CSS libraries. And then for professional project, you can use a combination of Tailwind plus shadcn UI, which is industry standard. And then if you need maximum speed, then you can try UnoCSS. And if you are a TypeScript lover, then just go for Panda CSS. And my recommendation is Tailwind plus shadcn. And why? Because there are tons of tutorials to and easy to learn and also job ready. I mean, most companies are actually prefer Tailwind plus shadcn compatible candidate, and also beautiful results. I mean, professional. It will give you the professional look. And here you can see, actually this is my rating. So uh, and this rating actually based on the professionals who are actually using those libraries. Well, so if you now actually, before end this video, there is a homework for you. Like, you can pick one library from this video and build a simple button and card and share your result in the comments. So learning by doing is the best way, I think. Well, so thanks for watching, and if you like this video, then please put a comments and don't forget to subscribe these channels, and see you on next video. Then good luck. Bye bye.